pushing till I get it right. Yeah, these days I've been wide awake, I never sleep late. Got a lot to do, I treat a Sunday like a weekday. Do it for my son, set the table, I need 3 plates. Have my cake and eat it, baby, don't forget the cheesecake. Got it, yeah, they know I got it. Confidence contagious, so the ones around me caught it. Everybody waiting on me, hoping I'ma drop it. I feel like all this weight is on me, still I'm never stopping. No, that is not a, yeah. Pushing myself to the limit, I set a goal, but still I never feel enough when I get it. Cause when I go and all these feelings overflow to the ceiling, it's like a hole just open up and I don't know how to feel it. I tell them, look, I don't make mistakes, the mistakes make me. Drop songs when I write them, I don't wait 8 weeks. They do focus on the image now, but that ain't me. Lot of rats taking pics, that's why they say cheese. Lately I've been feeling like there's something off. Lot of friends used to show me love, ain't showing love at all. Yeah, only cheer me on when I was underdog. Running up the numbers, everybody keep on running off. Funny how they wanted me to win until I passed them. Now all of a sudden they be talking in the past tense. He was this, he was that, like I changed up. Had a kid, I'm a dad, gotta make funds these days. Everybody focus on the he say and she say. Acting up and trying to make a scene like a screenplay. Try to be original but end up as a remake. Spend a lot of time thinking about how I'ma be great. I just stick to the plan. Yeah, I'm focused on the music, not a pic for the gram. Stay true to my supporters, yes I did it for them. So even when I get hot, never switch on a fan. These days I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past, that's a different life. These days I don't need nobody's validation. These days I don't need nobody's invitation. These days I don't tell nobody what I'm doing, I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Driving on a sunset, top down, sticking to the old route, uptown. If you're going my way, slow down. Yours, but I got that door for you. I like what I like, baby. I hope this alright, baby. I'm free of you tonight, baby. Yeah, I'm free of you tonight, baby. And I've been doing front flips off the back porch. Go ahead and toss the ball off the backboard. You know I'll take you anywhere that you ask for. Go ahead, pack a bag, get a passport. Driving on a sunset, top down, sticking to the old route, uptown. If you're going my way, slow down, easy. Yeah. Driving on a good time, hop out. I know you've been cooped up, locked down. If you're going my way, slow down, just take it easy. Since you've been gone, honey. This mic is too high. Drop it, drop it, drop it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I just been living life, feed a bankroll. Had a saying go, got it flooded to my ankles. Need a raincoat,
pair of boots and a dang bow. Gotta stay flow. I might pull up in a stagecoach playing Beethoven.
Whoa.
Didn't think that it would work.
Yeah, now they coming out the woodwork.
Built up my own platform.
Could say I'm in the woodwork.
Made the song go viral.
Probably off some footwork.
Well, either that or the hook work.
Always think of the hook first.
Now I gotta
make a bag just to keep the lights on. I'm on your desktop, I'm an icon.
They say, hi con, could you put a price on? I said, I ain't selling nothing, these are my songs. Been in my bag, got a satchel pack, give me a chance.
Acid rap,
carry the weight, no fragile bag. Fact to cap,
that's a fact.
Even my cap a Snapple fact.
Me and my gang like Rascal Flats.
Graduated like tassel hats, back to back.
I just been living life, feed a bankroll. Had a saying go, got it flooded to my ankles. Need a raincoat,
pair of boots and a dang bow. Gotta stay flow. I might pull up in a stagecoach playing Beethoven.
Whoa,
how you going off like that? Off-white kicks and an off-white hat. Ain't start like that, but them things just dirty. Lot to unpack like I just got back. I could say hi, but it's just too
fly
wordy.
Bye, got a bird in the cinema. Live it up clouds, that's when I kick it up. Fill it up, what tank ain't big enough. Eyes on me, so I gotta make a bag just to keep the lights on. I'm on your desktop, I'm an icon.
They say, hi con, could you put a price on? I said, I ain't selling nothing, these are my songs.
No way. Make a bag, hell yeah. 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 Make a bag, hell yeah.
I built a house to harbor myself in. I lock you out, I know that I'm selfish. My mother told me to follow my feet, but my legs feel weak, can't help it. Said I'm doing fine, I'm getting no sleep. hold my breath every time the phone screen lights up. Praying it's your name that I'm gonna see, but it's not. Starting to regret it, cold feet, I'm stuck. Try to tell myself I'm good without you, but I'm really not. I've been having trouble trying to tell you how I feel inside. Being by your side, the only time I ever feel alive. Don't over exaggerate, you told me that a million times. Okay, well maybe not a million times, but if we kept it going we could reach the sky. I played it safe, think I need a roof. Thought it could be me and you, but I couldn't see it through. So I built a house to harbor myself in. I lock you out, I know that I'm selfish. My mother told me to follow my feet, but my legs feel weak.
I used to be a rock, lately you've been skipping stones. Used to wanna talk, I'd rather take the sticks and stones. Hurts more than I thought, I guess I got some brittle bones. So now when you knock, sorry baby isn't home, no. And maybe this time it's different, yeah. Maybe the scale is tipping, yeah. House got a well I could wish in, yeah. So I make wishes. If I just wish then I won't have to work for it. If I just get lucky I won't have to work for it. If I just get money I won't have to work for it, right? In the meantime, I built the house to harbor myself in. I locked you out, I know that I'm selfish. My mother
100.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Vanko. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm my baddie, she bad, but she totally nice. Nails are blue en haar toes wil ik white. Ik compie niet met jou, dat is over mijn lijk. You do it for sure, but he left with a why. Yeah, we live, but we destined to die. And you say it on me, but I'm ending a lie. I'm a lie en ik voel me net Memphis Depay. En ik jaag op de koot in de scene. Moest eigenlijk rennen, we lopen misschien. En ik wil niet eens kijken, mijn ogen die zien. En ze reden niet genoeg dat ik kopen we 10. Proof in de bean. Hier co-star. I got 5 on my name, I got no star. Come to me just to see how my shows are.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.
What to do, Aereheads? Welcome and happy Tuesday night to you guys. Market's pretty green over the last 24 hours. Roll Bitcoin up 16%. VeChain, VET up 11.5%. Tons up 10%. So looking pretty good so far, at least. I was taking a look at this earlier this morning. I posted this in Discord. I was just trying to find some similarities between where we're at now and where we were both leading up into the previous bull run and the 2020 halving versus the 2024 halving. And this kind of stuck out to me. So a very, very similar looking pattern that played out. So we had the kind of top, the higher high top, and then the lower high top before that dump. So this was that magic trend line back in 2021 that held us both from that 60, what did we hit there? 62,000, I think, 64,000 down to about 32,000. Then we went up to 69, back down to 32,000. Then we went back up to about 46, 47,000. And then this is where we lost that $32,000 trend line. We came down, we bounced back up off that $32,000 trend line and then tanked. So it's looking very, very similar to that. And these previous two trend lines right now are acting as support and resistance. So we have that left shoulder here. It's not a pretty shoulder, head, and shoulder, but it's shoulder, head, and shoulder-y nonetheless. Kind of went up. We smashed against that 32-ish thousand trend line. I mean, really, I think this one was only like 30,000 on this left shoulder. Came down, smashed into it here in the middle, came down, again, testing this bottom support trend line, right, from this test over here. And now we are in the potential right shoulder of this. What's going on, TL? Who's that again? Farron? I think that's Farron. I know Brian's watching too. What's going on, guys? So my guess is if history repeats itself, and it often does, we're going to make a run up. That doesn't mean we do it tonight or tomorrow, but at some point here, I see a potential run up in the future to maybe that 28,500 level, 29,000, somewhere around there. And if the pattern continues, we're going to come down, smash this trend line at $25,000 again. We'll slip it. We'll get a little bounce up. We'll retest it, kind of like we did over here. And then hopefully we get held at that 20 right here, that wick right there. I mean, really, that's a 19,500 wick, this guy right here. But 20,000, 19,500, I mean, somewhere right around there is what I'm hoping the bottom is. So we can do something like that. If things get ugly, economy gets ugly, ETF get delayed, we don't get them this year, maybe we go down to this FTX low, maybe. So let's compare this. I know we got my halving indicator on here somewhere. Halving events, Bitcoin halving events. So if we take a look at this, this was the third halving. This was May 11th of 2022. And actually, I got to go to the regular chart here. Bitcoin USD. There we go. You can get the more full picture here. So this was, let's go to January of 2019. So think of this as January of 2023. So same thing. We ran up just like we did this year. We ran all the way up. Made a nice high. We hit like 13,000 there in 2019. And that was in June. Very reminiscent of where we ran up and hit our tops here. We hit our top at 31.8. And then it was kind of a pullback before a final run up. Kind of like we're talking about with this final shoulder over here potentially forming. And then we dropped. And we dropped all the way to the previous low, to this 2019 low down here, which was, 39,500, something like that, or 39,050, somewhere around there. So it's just looking similar, both on the monthly chart between the kind of triple-ish top here, shoulder, head, and shoulders, whatever you want to call it, and then just going into the halving, it's feeling awfully similar. Now, the good news is if we follow this same pattern, right, maybe March or April, we start blasting off. But I think it's April's the halving, right? April, right around April 20th or something like that. So maybe we get it before that. Maybe it's January, beginning of the year, we start to blast off and, officially enter that mostly green only market. Farron, yep. Cool. But I just thought that was interesting how it's just looking very, very similar. I mean, it's, I don't know how you can't draw those distinctions here. I mean, it just looks the same. But what happened last night? Let's get my object tree up here. Let's close that out. And let's pull up my liquidity levels. So I was charting these out today too, like you should do every single day. If you would have charted this out and you had these levels on there, which need to be updated every day. Unfortunately, I don't have Bookmap pulled up because I can't run my VTM and stream through the software apparently. But this is the change of structure. This gray line right here, 24,800 we'll call it. That's where we're going to make a lower low. And it's closing below it. It doesn't include these wicks. We're not including these wicks, right? This was that flash crash that crashed us down and we bounced right back up. This is the low we're hunting right now. So a lot of people yesterday saw that we were crashing. A lot of people. And then they took shorts. You can see that on here. So we had open interest here dropping. A lot of people shorted this bottom. So this is interesting too. So you can find bottoms on open interest, just like you can find bottoms on price, right? So you had a lot of people short this one right here, this wick to the downside or this wick to the upside, right? So this was obviously a bottom here. You had that liquidity grab down. We're talking open interest here. But it works the same way. At least for me, it does. So we had that giant run up to the top side. So we had that wick to the down. You could have drawn your support or your demand zone there. And then it did it again here, where we had that kind of same pattern, right? You had that liquidity grab down, green candle. Liquidity grab down, and green candle. People were shorting those yesterday. You know, and they were shorting the bottom. They were shorting the bottom of the range. It's not invalidated yet. You don't want to short the bottom of any range or any support until we firmly close below 24,800. Market structure is remaining intact. Remaining intact. Get rid of my squigglies there. But that's just kind of what I was looking at. And then I missed the play yesterday, last night. I think I got stomped out of my long at like 6 or 7 or short. I was in a short. I rolled down this initial crash, right? Let's go to a smaller time frame chart. Let's go to the hourly chart. So this initial crash, I think 24,700 is where I got in. So I got in somewhere around the top up here. Actually, it was up here. No. Anyways, I rolled this down. You know, 6, 7 o'clock at night last night, I got stomped out in the green, in the profit on my short. Missed this, just wasn't paying attention to the charts. And I decided I'm not going to hop in. I'm not going to try to catch a rocket ship that's blasting off. I mean, it was a good move. I mean, we rose 3% on that first initial, this first hourly candle there. And then it was up to the value area high, 5.5%. Let me get rid of these liquidity levels. Let's throw in our fixed range. I mean, you can see how it played out, right? I mean, we dropped down. This was the bottom. I mean, it almost hit 24,800, 24,889, which is that support level from the bottom, right? Going all the way back to over here to this wick right here to the previous market structure downturn, the lowest level. So until we crack below that, market structure is still intact. The bigger, higher time frame, weekly market structure, right? We're not talking this. We're talking the larger structure of the market. So still holding on to key support level. But played out like it should have today. We broke back into the channel, retested the channel. So when you break back in, you wait for a retest. And if you look, that happened. And then it blasted off all the way up. It came up a little bit ahead of the channel, then kind of fell down. Right? Now it's just kind of hanging out right in the middle of the channel right now. On top of that, you could have actually seen, let me find the perps here. Let's see, we were right here, right? This is 5-minute chart. Let's put it on the hour. Yeah, let's stick to the 5-minute chart. I'm gonna lose my place. Let me pull it up in Discord here. Because this isn't in my time zone, so it's hard for me to drill back in. But here, this is what I was talking about. So this was the move yesterday, the last night, right? That was the dump, and this was the pump to erase it all. And you can start to see the whales slowly setting up their longs here. There was a divergence, right? The perp CVDs for the whales was trickling up. You can follow this over here to these large order deltas, right? $1 million plus orders. Pretty buy side heavy before the pump. So this was the big pump, and here's the pump. So they were just slowly trickling up. The long to short CVD ratio slowly trickling up. And then what were TWAPs doing? I mean, you can make a slight line to the downside here. So they were doing the opposite. Smaller orders were doing the opposite. So it's always good to go and dissect moves after they happen to make you a better trader, right? Fairness has been a crazy structure lately. It has been. But it's also great for learning to go back and try to figure out what you could have seen. Like I missed it last night. So this morning I sat down and I went and analyzed it to see what I could have seen before the pump. So I know next time what to potentially look for. And here, I mean, you have it. You had them starting to set up there. You had the open interest bottoms that I showed you on Velo. And this is a free site, by the way, guys. If you don't use this, you should. velodata.app. Or I think it's just velo.com, but then you got to click on the app. But it's free right now. They're in beta. It's probably not going to always be free, but you get so much information here. So much information here. And you can draw on it, which you can't do on Kingfisher, which I like, even though it doesn't have the same data. But you can see the bottoms. I mean, we saw the bottom here on open interest. So people who shorted there were about to get wrecked. You can see the bottom here. and it just kept on building. And you can definitely see the volume spikes that kind of carried us up. So volume was dead leading up into the pump. That was the dump, and then that was the pump. Follow the volume, follow the whales, do what the whales do. The markets right now are short again, it would appear. Aggregated funding rates back negative. At least this is an 8-hour candle. But what does Bitcoin do next? Well, my guess is we're probably going to be range bound for a little bit. We do have CPI tomorrow. So 8:30 tomorrow morning. This is Eastern time. So 7:30 Central, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. The expectations, medium forecast, 0.2%. Right there. So potential to move the markets. And what was funny was I was Googling CPI tomorrow, just on my phone. And of course, I'll show you this. I posted it in Discord too. Here we go. And it's just like two vastly different pictures that these news financial sites are painting, right? One is saying August CPI forecast to show more good news on inflation. So that's a puff piece on inflation, I guess you could say. And then Market Watch is saying U.S. inflation is set for big increase, CPI to show. So which is it? Are we going to get good news or bad news tomorrow? It seems like a lot of people are at odds right now to what tomorrow brings. But at the end of the day, we just got to wait till tomorrow. Alts I'm looking at while in range. Well, I'm looking at whatever's running, man. I mean, that's like RLB. You know, I was looking at RLB today. Let's pull up Rollbit. Rollbit for a lot of reasons. So, I mean, you can see my doodles here. You know, this is the range bottom. So they are launching / have launched an exchange. They're calling it the DGen exchange. This is Rollbit. It's a casino. It's an online casino. Probably the second biggest one next to stake.com. But they're launching a DGen exchange, making it easier to enter into futures trades. And it's backed by the Rollbit coin, which is also a backing of their casino, rollbit.com. But so they have hired a lot of influencers to push this, to make a push to get it out there, this DGen exchange. And, you know, this morning when I was looking at it, I think we were down here. So we've already run up 20%. That can't be right. That is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. Yeah. 8 o'clock now. May have been before that. So yeah, I mean, it's ran 20%. I mean, let's look. Air Alt TA. You gotta remember too, you don't need to trade futures on these things. I posted a lot of alt plays today. Well, whatever. I mean, it must have been 8 o'clock this morning I posted it. So right here to there. I mean, it ran up 20% from when I posted that news, the exchange news. So Rollbit's one that I'm watching a lot because it's had a lot of money flow coming into it. I mean, we can just go to the weekly time frame, right? And that's not that many weeks. It's just been an up-only mode, and the momentum is just building and building and building behind it. Especially all the influencer deals that they've inked today. There's just a lot more people talking about it, and that's what gets the money flowing. But you can see where the stiff resistance is. Get rid of my squigglies there. I mean, obviously, first one to flip. The second red line down. We haven't flipped it yet. Once that gets flipped, this one, just lots of liquidity grabs up. But this coin's been pretty much up only for a while now. So you're going to have some profit taking, which is pretty standard, pretty normal. But I mean, there's your top. There's your level to flip right now. And we're well below it. We're going to make a run for those tops again. You know, and to the top right now, we're probably looking at another 25% potential. Conservatively, another 20% for these previous two weekly tops. But these two weekly tops sit at another potential 26%. But this is a coin to watch. 100% a coin to watch. One is Rollbit. What else did we talk about today? Oh, we talked about Pepe. Again, I'm not holding or sitting on Pepe. But if we go to the 4-hour chart, Pepe holders better hope that this holds. I mean, it put in a lower high. I mean, it put in a bunch of lower highs, but larger structure wise, right? I mean, if we go to the weekly chart, I mean, there's your low, there's your lower low, right? High. There's your lower high right there. Maybe even another lower high there. But they better hope, Pepe holders better hope that this is the bottom here. Otherwise, it's going to get real ugly. So if you go to the Uniswap charts or the older charts, there is some support here at this level that it wicked off of. This particular chart is Binance. It hasn't been trading on Binance as long as, you know, on a Uniswap, for example. No perp on Rollbit yet. The casino is awesome, addictive. I haven't played on the casino yet. I haven't played on a crypto casino in a while since I can't even think of the names. It's on the tip of my tongue. But they're fun. They're fun to play around on. But Pepe wise, if this is in fact the bottom of this local bottom, we're probably going to make a run up to right there. So it's a potential increase. If it's confirmed, maybe another 17 to 20%. So if this is the bottom, we get a bounce here, and we're going to come up and make another lower high as the trend has kind of been lately. I would first target that kind of quadruple 079 level. Solana. Come on, Aere. It's in alphabetical order. Just find the S's. So I think, ooh, you know what? Tomorrow we get the news on whether or not FTX can liquidate their holdings. So Solana is going to be a coin to watch tomorrow. So FTX, we talked about this. FTX asks the court to liquidate altcoins, Bitcoin, everything to hedge against further risk of the coins coming down more. I think one of their biggest holdings, if not their biggest holding, is Solana. I think they had like $700 million worth of Solana or something. Don't hold me to that number, but it's a lot. So tomorrow, if it comes out in news breaks that they can in fact liquidate their assets, I would anticipate that the market makers, that the whales are going to manipulate this. Now, they're not going to, like we said, sell it on Coinbase. It's not going to affect the price, but all the FUD surrounding it probably is. So tomorrow, there's a potential that we come down. And I mean, realistic, let's see, what is this, 4-hour chart? I mean, obviously, that's the must-hold level. Probably something like that. I mean, we're already in sort of like a larger... There's a little bit of a shoulder, head and shoulders there, inverse. Getting sidetracked, but it's coming down. If it comes out that FTX is going to liquidate, it's going to come down temporarily. It's going to be a manipulation event by the whales. I'm already in a short on Sol. Hold it if you can, because it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to be tomorrow. FTX liquidation Wednesday. Oh, I just saw it on the other article right below it. Where did I see Wednesday? Yeah, right there. Yeah, Wednesday, September 13th, tomorrow. Slated to appear in court, seeking to approve $3.4 billion in Bitcoin and crypto assets. And then here we go for their Sol holding, $685 million. That's a lot. I mean, it is their biggest bag, which is crazy, but not really. So Sol got hit bad when FTX collapsed because FTX was the largest holder of Sol. But if that gets liquidated, it's going to scare people. It's a psychological thing. It's got ADA shorted too. What did ADA do today? Still under 25 cents. Oops. I guess we can get rid of that. So, I mean, I have a targeted breakdown, you know, down to like 18 cents, but really targeting like 15 cents or 17 cents. Probably draw this a little bit better. You can see your trend line that we have been in now since, I mean, this was that pump off of the FTX, or not FTX, XRP lawsuit win. And it's just been downhill since. I mean, this line's just been acting as strong resistance, stiff resistance since. So, you know, when is your short going to be invalidated? Well, obviously when we flip this line solidly. But till then, I mean, looks like we're just rolling downhill on Cardano until we finally get that impulse move to the downside. Let's see what the money flow is doing. I mean, we're still bleeding. Let's see what it looks like on the daily. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's ugly. Get rid of my squigglies. I mean, just low, lower, low, lower, low. VWAP's been just strong to the downside. Stokes and RSI is starting to become oversold, but doesn't mean we can't go down further. Let's look at the weekly. I mean, same thing. I mean, money's still bleeding. VWAP's been sharply down on the weekly for a while now. But I'm bullish on ADA in the long term. I mean, it's one of the coins that I've just never sold. I bought back in, I don't remember, 2019, 2020, something like that. And just sitting in my Trezor wallet. I'm not too worried about it. I think a lot of coins are probably never going to reach their all-time highs again from the 2021 bull run, but I firmly believe ADA will. What else am I watching? So, let's take a look. So VeChain ran 24% in 24 hours, or was that 11% in 24 hours? Let me think. I have this one on my watch list. VeChain perpetual contracts on Binance. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I mean, look at VeChain go. Just top of range, right? VeChain's at the top of the range. You can see where we've been rejected with these liquidity licks here. I mean, same thing, got rejected here, got rejected there. Tried to break through here. So probably that, what was that, 29th of August? Was that the lawsuit right there? So might be a good short for VeChain here if it gets confirmed. So let's draw out our... Can't really draw out the demand zone yet. We don't have enough candles to go off of yet. But if this is in fact the top, which if I'm letting the candles speak to me, right, they're telling me that this is the top, unless two things happen. VWAP participates and the money flow participates. So right now the money flow is still trending up. Let's get my little cursor here. But it's starting to get elongated. So we need to watch that. And then the VWAP is coming down, but it's still buying sentiment right now. So these next couple 4-hour candles, I bet you if we look at this in the morning, it's going to paint a completely different picture. Aaron says, I think ADA and Sol are good long term. Yeah, I don't have the same conviction on Sol as you, but I do on ADA. Maybe Sol does. So many VCs got their assholes burnt on that coin. I mean, its high was... I mean, let's take a look. So good short opportunity on VET. One that I'm going to really quickly add some... before I hop back into Sol just to check something out. So there's my must cross line, right? Let's just make that white. That's my support line. So I'm going to set alerts right above and right below it. And there we go. Oops, I set it on the white one on accident. Meant to set it on the red one. Oh no, that's the right one. Why are they triggering? That's weird that the alerts are triggering, the price isn't touching it. Anyways, that's what I do, man. I just set up these plays like this. I don't spend a whole lot of time looking at them, right? So, I mean, I just spent, what, 3-4 minutes on VET. I saw that it ran up big by looking at Lunarbase, lunarcrush.com, right? #1 trending coin. It had its moment. I set my support line, right? Which is like the mouth. So, you know, here. It's pretty obvious that this is going to be resistance. Set my alerts a little bit above and a little bit below it. Once I start getting triggered, I'm going to go back to it. And then I will do a little bit more TA, right? Then I'm going to look for entries. I'm going to find confluence. But I'm spending literally 5 minutes on each coin after I've TA'd Bitcoin thoroughly, setting a bunch of alerts off. And once they start firing off, I dig into them a little bit further. But I wanted to show you something on Sol. Yeah, I don't spend an hour TAing altcoins. That's a waste of time. There's so many of them that I'm seeing something quickly. I'm setting my must cross, resistance, support, setting my alerts above and below it if it triggers them. But I guess that comes with time too. But let's go to the weekly chart on Sol. And this coin was $260. This was a VC coin, venture capitalist coin. I mean, it's down 95% right now. Now, granted, all the VCs made money, right? I mean, all the VCs bought in, way down here, on the initial coin offerings, et cetera, et cetera. This is a VC project. I don't personally like VC projects. I think it defeats the purpose of crypto. It's decentralized. It's centralized. Most crypto is centralized, spoiler alert, but I just don't want to give them my money. I'll trade futures on it, though. I won't sit on it. But it's just hurting down bad. Maybe it comes back. Don't count the VCs out. Posting this one in Discord. VeChain. I need to add that to my watch list too. Let's go back to that. When I'm also, yeah, I'll post VeChain in Discord. When I'm posting plays in Discord, more often than not, there we go. I'm watching VeChain. White is resistance. Possible rejection. Strong resistance. Like, just so you guys know, so when I'm posting stuff in Discord like this, how long I just looked at VeChain in most cases is how long I'm looking at these altcoins. So please don't just see me post a TA on TRB here, right? And just blindly take an entry. You got to TA these things. I'm not a signals group. This is not a signals Discord. Now, we could probably go back to the start of this Discord and do a follow-up on all these calls, and maybe 70, 80, 90% of them are accurate. That's not why I'm not posting these for you to take positions. I'm posting them for you to kind of put them on your radar, if that makes sense. Ethereum outlook. Siri just thought I was talking to her. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the weekly. So very similar spot to Bitcoin right now. So this is that must hold, which is what, 1550, 1560, somewhere around there. And really I would say that's the must hold. It's that big wick right there. We got a couple liquidity wicks down there. So if Bitcoin crashes to 20K, let's see, where's January on here? That's May. Oh, I'm not even zoomed out far enough. Oh yeah, I am. This is weekly. So January right here. So this would be the level. If Bitcoin crashes to $20,000, that would be the equivalent of Ethereum crashing to 1366. If Ethereum crashes to its FTX levels, we're looking at like an $1,100 Ethereum. So very similar to what Bitcoin's doing, right? We had that one shoulder, that head. It's a little bit different though. I mean, it's almost like an inverse shoulder, head, and shoulders, and it's played out beautifully right there. But I think it's going to do what Bitcoin does, dude. I mean, just being honest with you. Levels are different, obviously, because it's a different price point, but probably targeting 1366 and 1148 for the bottoms, right? Bottom number one, hopefully that holds. This is the equivalent of $20,000 on Bitcoin. This is the equivalent of $15,000 or $16,000, this white line down here. But it's not looking good for Ethereum, especially with Vitalik selling Ethereum. We talked about this during last night's live stream. He's already sold it once, and the same wallet he sold from, he's transferred a bunch more Ethereum to. Now, it hasn't been sold yet. And, I mean, pay yourself out, take profits, whatever. I'm not hating on the guy, but it's not a good look. Not a good look for Ethereum. And then on top of that, it came out today that Vitalik, let me see if it's on here. Vitalik Buterin, no, not that one. So he was SIM swapped. We weren't sure if he was SIM swapped or something else happened to his Twitter account. He came out today, and maybe it's on his Twitter. Let's try to find it. But this is, man, you guys should use YubiKeys or something like that, a hardware type wallet, or a software. It's basically like a YubiKey is like a hardware wallet. Google Authenticator is like a software wallet. Maybe he didn't. He said it in an interview today, but he said he was SIM swapped, which is, you guys know what SIM swapped is? It's when somebody gets a blank SIM, they social engineer, they get your number from you, they get some information from you, they call your cell phone provider and swap the number to a new phone. So they now have your phone number, and then they're just logging into your accounts because you have two-factor authentication set up with your phone number. So when that text message goes to your phone, they're intercepting it. It's amazing to me that he had that set up. Doesn't make any sense. He's supposed to be a smart guy. He is a smart guy. But obviously, he was slipping. Let's see what else is pumping and trending. Spell. Spell's another one I looked at today. Never even heard of Spell before. Don't even give a shit what Spell is. But made a nice little spot bag off of it today. I mean, look at that. It's had a good week. So let's go to the hourly chart so I know when I was talking about it. So I was talking about it this morning, about 6, 7 o'clock this morning. So we were right here. Oops. What did I just do? I went to SWE. I think this is like a DEX or something. It doesn't matter what it is. So 8 o'clock. So right there, Alt H. Said there was some more momentum, some more potential upside, but I also said this white line was like stiff resistance, right? We cracked above it, retested it, then we shot up. Right? You wait for those retests, shot up 6-7%, 7% to the top side. Retraced the whole thing since. So I mean, really, we're watching to see if we kind of range out here a little bit. I'm gonna kind of get rid of these alerts now because I got to set some new ones. But you can see I set my alerts. I run through the coins, set my alerts. Got a little bit of a range forming now, and we can take a fixed range, right? Go from that wick to that wick. You can see we're right at the POC right now. Got your value area low, value area high. See if we got some bearish divergences or anything going on. Nope. Just profit taking on this one. I mean, it had a big run. Money flow is bleeding right now. So I'd maybe watch for this to kind of come back up to the value area high. But I decided this coin was trending. You know, there's no magic. I just mean buying and holding, Farron. So he says, I had a question about when you said spots. Do you mean just perpetuals without leverage or just buying the crypto and holding? So if I want to spot short something, you have to do a leverage, right? Or an ETF, but really no difference. But you can grab one of those 3 times short ETFs on MEXC or Bybit or whatever. But I'm talking, usually when I say buy spot, I'm just saying buy spot. You don't have to trade leverage. If you think a coin's going to increase, like I did here, I didn't want, I mean, these 1 minute wicks on Spell are insane, right? They're too crazy for me, right? 2%, 3%. I mean, there's some bigger 4, 5, 6, probably 7% wicks, 1 minute candles, 7%. I'm out. I'm not trading futures on that. You're not going to get a good entry on that. But if I think it's going to go up, I'll buy a spot bag on MEXC or somewhere else and buy it. But if I want to short something, yeah, I'll like spot short something. I'll 1 times leverage short it. I'm big on the gaming sector, Giovanni. Let's check out Magic Coin. Wait, this doesn't have anything to... Well, let's take a look at it. What is Magic Coin? Oops, what? I just Googled magic. Come on, Aere, get it together. Gaming community in a treasure metaverse, a decentralized NFT ecosystem which sits on Arbitrum. Yeah, Arbitrum. So because it sits on Arbitrum right now, I'm not super excited. Like I would not buy this to hodl long term. And you know, we'll come back to Magic, but let's just look at Arbitrum real quick. Let's go to the weekly. There's kind of why, right? I mean, it's been pretty much down only. Yes, we're in a bear market. There's no new money coming into crypto. I get it. But I don't know that Arbitrum comes back. I don't know that Arbitrum recovers from the sell-off to everything going on. They're like at the all-time low, which hasn't been out that long. I know, for transactions, for people utilizing it. I'm bullish on gaming and Web3 gaming in general. I don't have a problem with you buying this if you like it. I don't know anything about it. But I am bullish on Web3 gaming in general. I think that's going to be the next big sector. You have companies like Ubisoft and a bunch of big name studios. There's Wilder World out there. A lot of big name, but Ubisoft one's going to be huge if it's successful. It's a MOBA or a League of Legends style game, big AAA studio behind it. But Magic, I don't know. I just I don't like Arbitrum. I don't like Arbitrum for starter. I don't like Ethereum. I don't like Ethereum layer 2s. Spoiler alert. There's too many of them. They're not all. You can't have a fucking 1,000 Ethereum layer 2s. That the ecosystem is a tangled web of shit. You just can't. It's so stupid. But you know, maybe there'll be one or two solid Ethereum layer 2s, but you can't have 1,000. You can't. There's not enough money in the world to have 1,000 Ethereum layer 2s, or 10 or 20 or 100 or whatever it is. But let's go back to Magic. Let's just look at it from purely a price perspective. Right? I mean, it's just I don't know how you can be, you know, we're in a bear market, but you got a pretty solid trend line there on the weekly, on the higher time frame charts, right? So when the breakout happens, it's going to happen off of that trend line, right? So if you're looking to add to your spot bags, obviously there's never a better time than add to when it's at an all-time low, which it is. But I'm just not sold on telling people right now to load up on altcoins yet, right? I think they still have some more room to come down. And we touched on it a little bit last night, but I don't know that I explained myself well enough. So here's this descending wedge. This is total 3 market cap. This is market cap of all altcoins minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So all altcoins. So since the two kind of market tops here, they've just been bleeding. They've been bleeding to US dollars. They've been bleeding into Bitcoin and stable coins, right? I mean, you can follow the stable coin in reverse. But this trend line, again, once this breaks, it's alt season. So once we break out, we get a solid retest and we start going up, that's when alt season happens. That's when you buy altcoins. Till then, Superman YouTube channel said it's most undervalued. I have no idea who that is. I don't, you know, no idea who that is, dude. Giovanni. Maybe he's right. I'm not buying it. Maybe he's right. Maybe he knows something I don't know. I'm not sitting and buying spot bag altcoins till we break outside this channel right now, because we're coming to the bottom of this channel. That means that all altcoins are going to bleed another 20, 25, 30% before the bull run. So you can buy it now, sure. Otherwise you want to buy it another 25, 30% off. But I'm just not buying. I'm not sitting on altcoins till we get a significant, you know, showing of a bull market. Otherwise, it's just all you're doing is the same thing that people did up here, right? They're buying the top. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Rinse and repeat, and you're going to be rich. Don't buy high and sell low. But if we still have all that, we're at the top of the channel, we're probably coming down to the bottom of the channel on this total 3 market cap, which means that all these altcoins are going to bleed. On top of that, Bitcoin dominance. At a recent, so many influencers out there, probably some of the same influencers you're talking about, Giovanni, said we'd never be at a 50% dominance again in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is 50% of the dominance of all of crypto right now. Once this starts coming down, right, that's when you're going to see, again, alt season happen. But we broke outside of the stiff resistance here, retested the channel, and we're bouncing again, right? The last 4 weeks of crypto have been green on Bitcoin dominance. That means for 4 weeks now, all of altcoins for 4 solid weeks have been bleeding into Bitcoin, and that's going to continue. We're going to come back up to a 52% Bitcoin dominance. We're going to retest that. Mark my words, we're going to retest that, meaning that altcoins are going to bleed into Bitcoin harder. I'm just not sold on buying altcoins yet for hodl positions, right? Unless you're just a hodler, a DCAer. I'm just telling you what I do. That's not the type of trader I am. If you're a hodler, a DCAer, and you believe in something and it's going to happen long term, do you. That's just, I'm not sold that we don't have more downside. I still think we're coming down on altcoins. But the beauty is not everyone trades like me. There's different ways to trade. But that particular coin right now, I don't know. Not sold on it yet. Bosco says, looks like a rug. Magic is a gaming. See, I had Magic screwed up because Zach XBT was talking about Magic today. Yeah, right here. This is going to be interesting. So if you don't know who Zach XBT is, he calls out scammers. He's pretty good with that kind of stuff. But he's literally more efficient at stopping scammers in crypto than Gary Gensler is. Him and CoffeeZilla, right? But he says, I discovered someone laundering 8 figures from a crypto exploit through Magic the Gathering cards. I don't understand this, but it's piqued my curiosity. I want to know more. I want to know how you launder 8 figures from a crypto exploit through Magic the Gathering cards. BitBoy is back. Yeah, he's on fire. He responded to me today. Did you guys see that? He responded to my tweet today. Here. Right here. Make no mistake, I'm BitBoy. He's been humbled, he says. And there'll be a new attitude for me going forward. The humility doesn't come from defeat. And then I posted, took a whole 2 videos for you to have that Rolex front and center of a picture. There's my receipt, right? And then he basically said, bro, that's because I wear my Rolex every day. Because it isn't important. It isn't that important to me. I wasn't flexing a Rolex. He was flexing a fucking Rolex. That's exactly what he's doing. I think Donkey stuck up for me. He said the thumbnail screams otherwise. He's responded to me and Dunk a bunch. We called him out on something and he actually fixed it. I don't want to say what it was. Maybe I will, not on YouTube. I'll say it in Discord. Some Magic cards are expensive. Yeah. But he's saying, I don't understand how he ties crypto into this. So someone was laundering, I see what could happen. It could be like some kind of scam where someone was like selling Magic the Gathering cards and telling them to send him crypto and he got 8 figures from it. That's probably what it is. But what else is cruising here? The fuck is Solve up 105% in 24 hours? $20 million market cap. Is that a gaming coin? What is that? Solve.care. Oh, for sure, Giovanni, dude. When altcoin season breaks, it's going to look like a different channel. And it does, right? I mean, you got to act differently. So let's go back to... first, I want to see what this Solve is. Then I'll get back to your question. Oh yeah, I'm not touching that. But you gotta act differently in a bear market than a bull market. So let's go back to Bitcoin Weekly. I mean, I acted completely different here than I did here, right? Completely different frame of thought, completely different mindset. As we started tanking, all these altcoins, all the smart money went into either stable coins or went into back into Bitcoin. That's why you saw Bitcoin dominance start rising again, and then the USDT dominance or Tether dominance or USDC dominance start to rise as the market started to drop, because smart money got out. They saw the writing was on the wall. But absolutely, dude, once alt season starts, once the proper bull market starts, and it's going to start early next year. You know, September might be kind of red. October might be a little bit of a decent month, but then we can kind of start to talk about maybe building back into to 2024 and the halving. Because we got the halving, we got the ETFs that are going to be popping off. I don't want to just sound like I'm bearish, but we're bearish. I sounded different back here, right? I was bullish back here. And this was fun. And this was also more fun for me because I made more money on the way down than I made on the way up. You gotta learn to trade it both ways. You know what I mean? Buy low, sell high. Sell high, right? Or not sell high, but get out of your bags when you see you're at the top and the markets are coming down. Don't fight the markets because they'll stab you. But yes, I will. I'll be talking a lot about altcoins that I'm watching. One of them I'm watching is Cardano. I'm bullish on Cardano in the long run. I'm bullish on Caspa. What else am I bullish on? I'm bullish on Link. I'm bullish on Quant. What else am I bullish on? We're just talking long term, right? I'm not talking short term or the ebbs and flows of the market. I'm bullish on Robit. I think Robit's going to be huge. I mean, if it can get a quarter of the market cap of stake, it's going to be huge. And with all their influencer partnerships recently, this is really recent, like within the last few days. What else am I bullish on? DYDX I'm bullish on. I mean, out of all the decentralized exchanges, that might be my favorite. It's not saying much since they all kind of suck right now. But yeah, there's certain stuff that I'm bullish on in the long term. Just not ready to hop in yet. Not ready to throw my money in there yet until we start breaking out. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's just how I trade. Not everyone trades like me. H-bar. Yeah, I'm bullish on H-bar. H-bar had a good run. I made a bunch of money on H-bar recently, too. This huge run up. I spot bag held H-bar. Or no, I spot bag held Rune. Then I traded this channel. But H-bar's had a good run. And it did what it's supposed to do. So, here. I mean, it had a really good run. Very tradable channel for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks. It was in a tradable channel. I talked about H-bar a lot in Discord. And I made a bunch of videos about it too. But you can't just go up only like this in a channel without some retracement. And let me get rid of all these damn trend lines and zoom in here for you. Boom, boom. There we go. So you can't just go up only like this in a channel and not have a breakout or a fallout. This is a bearish channel. I mean, it just is. I mean, it's bullish because the price was going up for so long, but you're going to fall out of it at some point, right? Take your measured move right there from the channel mouth, and we broke down right to it. I mean, that's how that works out, right? Now we're finding support right at that white line right there. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I'm going to go live every day, dude. Every day that I can. I'm going to actually do it in the mornings, too. I'm going to try to get my, if I have time, right? Like this, I just want to be clear. This is not my job. I don't make money from doing this. I make money from trading. But I like talking to you guys because it puts me on coins. It gets me thinking differently, and it keeps me on edge, on my toes. Plus, like, I find out about coins from talking to you guys. But I plan on going live every day. Yep. During the morning too, but back to my original point, just to kind of show my morning routine a little bit. It probably won't be as energetic. I'm not really an energetic guy. I'm just kind of a straight to the facts guy, but not a morning person either. But I'm gonna get on there and just kind of show you what I do, set my alerts in the morning, read the news, all that fun stuff. But back to H-bar. So it had a similar kind of downside movement, lost that channel, lost this trend line. Then we had that upside last night, same time Bitcoin did. Now we're right back to this trend line. So this is important to hold. If we don't, and we fall back below it, retest it, we're probably coming back down. But I'm hoping we kind of bounce to the top side and kind of start building our way back from this channel drop here. But H-bar had a good run, man, from the middle of June, beginning of June, this channel held up through August, through the end of August. I mean, this was a beautiful tradable channel. When I say tradable channel, right? Like you wouldn't have seen this channel here yet. You would have gotten your 2 touches here, and you got your 2 touches there, right? So you short, long, short, long, and I'm simplifying it. I'm oversimplifying it right now. You know, you probably would have been stomped out of some of these, but you would have won just about every single one of those. And eventually you would have shorted the top, and you would have rolled this all the way down. Do you think as close as we are to institutional adoptions, BlackRock mostly, and the halving, there is a great incentive for professional manipulation? I think it's going to be harder to manipulate. There's some people out there saying that this next bull run is going to be the last big bull run, just because you're going to see all these institutions get involved. Dude, BlackRock getting involved in Bitcoin is huge. It's huge. I don't like BlackRock, right? But if they're going to pump my bags, great. But so because there's not like a worldwide regulation to crypto, it's easier to manipulate, right? So while spoofing orders is technically illegal, right? I mean, what's the SEC gonna do? Like go over to Japan or China or something and start arresting the people spoofing the order book? No. So yes, there's going to be more manipulation, but as there's more liquidity in the system, it's harder to manipulate, if that makes sense. So right now, because spot orders are at like a 3 or 4 year low, I think they are right now, perps are at a 3 or 4 year low, it's easier to manipulate. So once you get into a bull run, there's more liquidity, there's more funds, there's more volume, and it gets harder to manipulate. So they can manipulate, it's easier. That's why I don't trade weekends, man, or holidays. There's low volume, it's easier to manipulate. Now I have the luxury of, you know, this is what I do for a living. I don't have to go to a regular job. But when I was working a 9 to 5, I traded holidays, I traded weekends, but low volume, low liquidity, bear market, it's just ripe for manipulation. But Farrad, I think as more money comes into the system, it's going to be harder and harder to get away with that. But order book spoofing is crazy. I called it out on the dump, right? Fucking bad with days. A couple days ago, when the order book, I'm just trying to find it in Discord here. A couple days ago, when all those orders got pulled. I'm not saying that was spoofing, but maybe it was. I can't find it because I post so much shit in Discord. But anyways, the big downturn we had in Bitcoin, right? You got to watch these order books, man. This downturn right here, like right around here, 2 huge blocks of liquidity at 24.5 and 22.5 got pulled, right? They just completely disappeared off the books, which raised a red flag to me, signifying that we're coming down, and we did. But yeah, order book spoofing is a big issue. I don't know. Does that answer your question, Farrad? I think the more and more money that comes in, the less of an impact that'll be, but it'll still be an issue. Anything else, fellas? Otherwise, we've been going for an hour. Maybe I'm gonna get out of here. Still going through our T videos, man. They are very informative. Thanks, man. Remember, don't just learn from me either. Like, watch other people's videos. Like when I first started off, man, I didn't watch any videos. I was just self-taught. But I Googled everything. So, like, if I want to know about VWAP, I spent an hour or 2 or 3, or maybe it was just like an hour in bed staring at my phone at night, just reading about VWAP, man. Or RSI. I want to know everything there is to know about RSI. So, like, in bed, I'm staring at my phone for an hour every night, just learning one subject a night. RSI. That's what I'm learning. About 60K coins at 0.05 on H-bar. H-bar. Or wait, 0.0050. 0.00050. So right there, you bought. Yeah, I mean, you'll be in the green. It's going to go higher than that. You're good. You're good, man. Giovanni, you're good. It's definitely going to go higher than that. And once the bear market hits, you're going to be sitting pretty, 100%. I mean, let's look at the previous all-time high, right? You said 0.05, right? Yeah, okay, not 0.5. Good. Yeah, I mean, 50, 68, 60 cents, something like that. You're going to be good, dude. You're going to be good. I still trade HBAR. I haven't recently. I've been trading some other coins, but I might now, after seeing we're kind of catching some support here, and we start to kind of build our way back. So actually, I'll probably set a couple alerts there. See if we get some price moving on HBAR again. But yes, I do trade HBAR. I think I'm out of here, guys. I'm going for an hour. I need some water. I go pay attention to my kids for an hour before they go to bed. I appreciate you guys all talking. It makes this more fun for me. It makes it easier. And it's better than like filming a video by myself for like 3 hours during the day. So this is way more fun for me. You heard about Pal AI. I heard about that too, but I'm staying away from that after all the influencer drama. Pal AI, right? Pal USD, Gate.io. No data there. Oh, that's 1 month. So it's not even on. You have to buy it on Uniswap. I don't even know if this is the right one. I don't know. I'm not a Uniswap guy. I don't know. There's like 20 contracts in there. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Uniswap guy. Let's talk to Donkey about Pal. Who said that? Cuban. That's Kramer, right? You'll have to talk to Donkey about Pal. He likes Pal. I'm out though. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for a live, and then tomorrow night too. You guys have a good night.